Thank you.
Do you think this forum is doing the world economy any good?
I think it's an important meeting because you've got important people there that are decision makers, the political leaders, business leaders, and thinkers, and even though it is a talk shop, people have to engage, and they have to engage on a different kind of level than what they can do when they're grandstanding back maybe in their home, their home constituencies, and that's why it's important. It gives people a sense of how other people are dealing with their problems or not dealing with them, and what are the mistakes people are making, and what are what are the things to watch out for. You do get a sense that we are an interconnected world, and this helps to free some of the blockages, if you like.
So enhancement of productivity in as far as the former IMF's Deputy Managing Director warning that the global financial system is not yet back in shape, and also to ensure that we increase productivity but without increasing jobs. Do you think that he has a point?
He does have a point in a sense, but I think in another sense it reflects what I call the top-down kind of view that people are taking, and not the bottom-up. So you're seeing increasing regulation, you're seeing increasing things coming from the top down, all right, but you're not freeing up the bottom to actually saying, right, well, let's make our own go of it. And if you do actually look at bottom-up policies, which is small business, etc., these people, the small business, the small guy is not represented at Davos at all, and this is why they can't see a way to a solution as such. And I think we need to actually look at more bottom-up solutions. There is a value for top-down, in other words, that you've got to have that fixed, and they're confessing that that's not fixed. And that would be the fear, and that's why, from South Africa's point of view, being a sort of a medium, mid-tier player in the global economy, how can one avoid not being sucked into the next problem, all right, and rather be a haven from the next problem? At the moment, we're part of what's called the fragile five. Any problems externally, we'll just be sucked straight into it. And I think we need, from a top-down macroeconomic point of view, we need to fix our deficits, get them back into surplus so that we can actually have a credit rating on, back on an upward trajectory. But we also need to actually reinforce the internal resilience, the household deficit. It's not mentioned very often, so we need to actually say, how do we fix that? Right, the strikes are part of that difficulty of people making ends meet. All right, but on the other side, you see, fabulous sort of wealth and riches, also being, displayed, and we need to actually say, how can economies become accessible and to the ordinary guy, so that they are relevant, so that you don't see people just railing against them, that it is their, part of their bread and butter.
Mm-hmm. Just very briefly now, when we look at the export-import market, Africa seems to be at the bottom of the level in as far as power and voice is concerned. And when you're looking at the internal resilience that you're talking about, labor unrest, high wage demand, and productivity being at average levels, what do you think can be done so that Africa can be represented well at this forum to state their case as to what can be done to curb the problem of emerging markets?
Well, the first thing is, one of the big growth unlocks that we've had in Africa is, in fact, the improvement of governance. So when you have good elections, for instance, and things taking place in a constitutional arrangement, your investment timelines shoot out. You get much longer investment timelines. That's one of the reasons why you're starting to get multi-sectoral growth. And people take you more seriously when you're running your own shop back home in a proper, decent way. If they're not being run properly, how do you get taken seriously on the international stage? So that's the first thing. The second thing is to embrace technology. We're seeing the advent of the cellular telephony in particular being one of the big unlocks, and that can help, and that's what we need to actually do. The combination of that, look at our skills, etc., to actually play in the A-League, not in the C-League.
All right, thank you very much. That's Chris Hart, who is Chief Strategist at Investment Solutions.